Snacks Mills in the building.
I wasn't even thinking about me being on the show. I wanted to produce something for them.
Cool celebrity. Like if I went to the mall and stuff, people like, oh,
The thing was, I didn't even know that anybody ever thought I was ugly.
We look like twins almost.
Okay.
She really wouldn't be able
Covering any more subjects related. So that's why you got the raw reaction. This is pathetic. It's pathetic. Hey guys, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. It's your girl Sweet Pea, and we are back with another video. If you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to the Sweet Pea Diaries. And if you are a new subscriber, welcome to the channel. We are happy to have you. Be sure to like this video, share this video, but most importantly, be sure to subscribe to the channel. So hello everyone, hello chat, hello my mod Havelin. She says, I twerk every time the beat drop. Girl, so do I. Hey, CH, how are you? So I figured I'd come through. Hey, hello, hi. I figured I'd come through with a little bit of celebrity tea, a little bit of celebrity gossip on this holiday, you know, give you guys some little chuckles and laughs, because there is a lot going on out here in these streets. Child, Vivica Fox is out here proclaiming her love for 50 Cent still. However, I understood where my good sis was coming from. So we're going to get into that. We're going to be talking about JLo and Ben Affleck and Diddy trolling them. And we're going to be talking about Sabrina Peterson and T.I. Honey, T.I. said, apologize where? And we're going to be talking about, you know, just a couple other little things. We're just going to throw little things in and out. But those are the main little points that I wanted to. Oh, wow, it's raining here. Can't do anything for. So where are you at that it's raining? Because it was raining over here this week, but today it seems to be bright and sunny. So yeah, for the people that wherever you are and it's raining, hopefully I can brighten your day a little bit and give you something to laugh about. So yeah, we're going to dive right in. So my first one, I think we'll start with, let's start with Diddy, okay? So Ben Affleck and JLo, I guess they were spotted somewhere or in Miami. Oh, you're in New Mexico. Okay, you're in New Mexico. Well, hey, New Mexico, thank you for coming through. Sorry that it's raining. Well, hopefully we can provide you with some entertainment. So, yes, JLo and Ben Affleck, they have the, you guys know with JLo, it is always on again, off again. She always is, you know, playing with Mr. Ben Affleck. So I guess, you know, she felt inspired to want to be with him recently. So they were spotted in Miami, child. She was out on the veranda doing yoga and have all these peace stretches and all of this, you know, athletic. She was giving very much athletic and peaceful yogi vibes. While Ben, honey, when he stepped out on the terrace, he was smoking a damn cigarette. Didn't look like he was shaved. He was like, I don't give a I'm on vacation. I'm in Miami. I'm chilling. So, you know, the paparazzi, of course, they took photos, and it's been all over the internet that, you know, Jennifer, they're calling them Benifer. So let's get into the article. All right, let me share my screen. All right. So Benifer reunion inspires Diddy to post a JLo throwback photo. The Benifer plot thickens. At least some of Diddy's fans think it's about to. After Jennifer Lopez and Ben Affleck spent time together in Miami amid what appears to be a rekindled romance, another ex of Jennifer's, Diddy, shared a photo of the two from when they were dating back in 2000. He shared the photo. He captioned it TBT. He captioned the pic, which showed him holding hands with the singer actress. While most folks who commented seemed to think he was just having some fun with the Jennifer and Benifer. I can't get that. It seems like he was having some fun with the Benifer reunion. Some people in the comments, they were all over it. Singer Keisha Cole said, "Tell her to come home, baby." And others seemed to think that the Bad Boy Records founder was generally trying to swoop in and steal her back from the actor. Bye, Ben, wrote one follower. "Go get your girl, brother love. She's yours," DJ Holiday wrote in the comments. Another user said, "Oh, this is messy." Jennifer and Diddy dated back in 99 until 2001. And then Jen met Ben a year later and they fell in love and got engaged before calling it quits in 2004. They've been seeing each other again this year in the wake of Jen's split from Alex Rodriguez. So I just feel like, Diddy is trolling. Okay, this is this is trolling 101. Okay, you cannot just let this woman have a moment. She is in her world with Ben Affleck. Ben Affleck was the love of JLo's life. I don't care what nobody say. She loved her some Ben Affleck. Okay, I don't know what happened in that relationship to where as though they fell apart. But that is the love of her life. That's why they are always on again, off again. And I believe she was creeping with him when she was with her damn baby daddy. What is his name? Mark Anthony. I believe she was creeping with him. I believe she was creeping when she was with Alex. I believe that JLo has always had a special place in her heart for Ben Affleck. Okay, so here is the picture that Diddy posts to his Instagram, honey, saying that, it was the throwback photo. And I don't know why he wanted to share that because, honey, you put that girl through. She was going to have to testify. She had to testify at the shooting trial. And we're going to get into that. So this was the picture that Diddy posted, of him and JLo throwback, him with his Sean John outfit on, and her, of course, typical JLo with the sweater and the jeans and little toes out. I don't know why white women and Hispanic women, I don't know why they like this look so much with these sweaters and these jeans, and then they got these little itty bitty shoes with their feet out. I don't know why that look is so attractive to white women and like these pale Hispanic women that want to look white. I don't know if that's just the white girl look that they all be pushing for. I don't know. But this is the photo that Diddy chose to post in the wake of JLo and Ben being spotted in Miami, and the press, no, I'm not getting any looks at my fabulousness today. I am still on rest mode. I'm still on holiday mode. So if I was to put this camera on me today, honey, y'all would be like, "Woo, sweet pea." I mean, I'm giving very much natural vibes, but my hair is everywhere. Y'all know I got natural curls. So my curls are everywhere. And, I'm just giving natural, but I'm not about to show it. No. So yes, I'm very much relaxed right now. But yes, Diddy is trolling. He is trolling JLo, and basically trying to take the focus off of her and Ben. Just let them celebrate and let them be happy. Diddy knows that JLo always had a thing for Ben, and he caught himself trying to troll them and take the attention off of Ben and JLo. I just feel like this is just trolling 101. But what the picture that Diddy really needed to show, this is what he really needed to show, honey. He needed to show him and JLo coming out of court, and when JLo had to testify for his ass after that shooting. Y'all remember back in the day when Diddy got accused of shooting Shine? All right, so to me, that's what Diddy needs to be really showing, okay? Because y'all remember back in the day when they called JLo to testify, when Diddy was in trouble, okay? I'm trying to get that right here. Yes, right here, honey. This is the photo that they needed to be JLo to testify in P. Diddy's shooting case. She may not have testified in the criminal trial in 99, but Jennifer Lopez has just been served with a subpoena to appear in court to tell all about a shooting involving Sean P. Diddy Combs and the rapper Shine. This was back in the early 2000s, girl, back in 2008. This is what Diddy needed to be reminding people about. The singer was at the No Clothes Club, New York, with her then boyfriend Combs in December 1999 when shots rang out and the pair fled the scene. Okay? Y'all jumped in y'all car and y'all fled the scene and left Shine there, and ain't nobody act like they didn't know what the hell was going on. Now, y'all remember that JLo had got herself wrapped up in this with Diddy. It says back then, now Lopez will be asked to recount the night at the deposition after Natanya Rubin filed a $130 million lawsuit against Combs and Shine. Rubin was the woman who was shot in the face during the shootout at the club. Lopez has been quiet on the music front of late, having given birth to twins in February of this year. So, honey, she had back then, when this article was published, JLo was out here giving birth to twins and all of this. And this is when she was dating, Diddy. But when they published this article, honey, she had just given birth and she had just left, she was done with Diddy. This was when she was with Mark Anthony. But honey, she was being called to testify about the shooting that left a woman maimed. This woman got shot in the face because Shine and Diddy had some type of shit going on at that club. Shots rang out and this woman was shot in the face. Diddy swooped up JLo and they got in a car and disappeared. They left this woman, shot. So, honey, it looked like to me that's what Diddy should have been posting. Those are the memories that JLo has of Diddy. She don't remember, and honey, she probably don't even remember when this goddamn photo that he posted was even taken. She don't even probably remember when that photo was even taken, honey. Okay, so Diddy, he can try to, make us all forget, what their relationship was really giving. But honey, you were a bad boy. This woman is always going to be perceived as the little, white woman, the little, she was the good girl. Honey, she was with him when the shots rang out. They jumped in the damn car and they left this woman. She always trying to appear like she's innocent. She never was in any trouble. Honey, this is Jenny from the block. She wants to be known as, she will always be Jenny from the block. Remember, she said something about always being a La Negra from the block or whatever she called herself, trying to allude to the fact that she's a black woman or a black Latina, or that, she's an honorary black person. Child. But see how the white women get ghosts when it's always some shit go down. See, when the shots rang out, that's when the relationship ended, honey. She left Diddy when she seen that he was about to have her in some shit. her publicists, her people, they probably told her, you need to get away from him. He's going to ruin your image. See, these women always want to be associated with brothers when it's good for their image. Oh, yeah, she wanted to be seen with him hand in hand. She wanted to be seen with him out in public. Oh, she was with Diddy because it was good for her career. That was good for her image back in the day. But once the shots rang out, she was ghost. She went and got with a Puerto Rican brother and had babies. She left Diddy and rolled out. So that's the shit Diddy should be remembering. Every time these men, they see these women with other men, and then they start trolling, posting pictures and, trying to remember what y'all went through and how the relationship used to be. But you forget that she left your ass hanging. She was not the ride or die Jenny from the block that she always wants to, give off this persona. She is the La Negra from the block. Y'all remember she gave that a couple years ago. I will always be the La Negra from the block. She said in that song of hers. Honey, you are not a La Negra, because when it's time to really be a La Negra and be in trouble, y'all asses jump up and y'all leave. Honey, anytime black men get in trouble and they got these white women on their arms, I don't care if she's a Puerto Rican, Hispanic, or if she's a fair-skinned Puerto Rican, and I don't care if she refers to herself as the La Negra from the block. I really don't give a damn. This woman screams white woman to me. She has always screamed white woman. I don't care if her butt was as big, and she was always known for the real big, thick butt. She had put insurance on her butt. It was so big. I don't give a damn how y'all try to equate this woman to be. Y'all always want to take these black women in. These white women in and want them to be black. They are not black. They are Puerto Ricans, and they are known. They don't even want to be known as black. They say that they are white. When they fill out these, I keep telling y'all, when they fill out these questionnaires and it asks for their, for their nationality and race and ethnicity, they do not say Puerto Rican black. They don't say any of that. They say Hispanic white. They don't say Hispanic black, period. Hey, love, SVP. Hi, Didi. I was thinking about you earlier. I was on that thieving heart, stealing Sean, and as always, he bought it. Ha ha. That kid is a plum fool, hair flip in that order. I love Sean too. I sure do. I love him too. We all know Puerto Ricans consider themselves to be black, but you're right. They're not as a majority when it comes to black issues. Y'all know that. Puerto Ricans, they do not claim they claim to be black when they live in black neighborhoods, and then, they grow up in urban cities. Yeah, they will be considered, black and from the neighborhood. But this woman is a white woman. JLo has made it so far up in the ranks that she's not even considered a Puerto Rican or Hispanic. When you look at this woman, she screams white woman. She doesn't scream Hispanic, period. All right. So Diddy, I don't know what your whole reasoning for trolling them is, but you're trolling them for the wrong reasons, and you are giving out false impressions. We need to be wondering and understanding whatever happened when y'all had that shooting and JLo had to testify. Did y'all settle out of court? Did y'all pay that woman? Did y'all even care that she was shot in the face? Y'all jumped in y'all damn car and hauled ass. So I don't want the people to forget that JLo and Diddy, yes, they had a relationship. And yes, Diddy can post this shit all he wants of him and JLo holding hands. But JLo left your ass high and dry when it came time for that court hearing. She started off in your corner, and by the end of it, she was adios, amigos. She was adios, amigos. She was out of there, okay? She was out of there. So, what y'all think in the comments about Diddy and JLo? Do you think that Diddy is trolling JLo? What are the reasons? Do you believe that JLo is a love of his life? I thought Kim Porter was the love of his life. So, why is he trolling Benifer like this? Let them have their flowers. Let them enjoy their Miami and, posting and enjoy each other. Let them do what they do. Stop trying to interject yourself and paint this false narrative that you and JLo had this budding romance. Child, that thing started and ended as quick as it started, it ended. Okay? So she left you high and dry. Brothers always seem to forget that. Child, they always seem to forget that. Her only talent is acting, and I truly think Diddy is a race traitor. Honey, he's a typical black man that seems to forget that the woman left his ass hanging. She left him hanging, but you know how the brothers do. They get mesmerized by these pale-skinned women. And, we have to remind them, wake up, Diddy. She left you high and dry when your ass got in trouble. She wasn't Jenny from the block then, honey. She was the white woman that was on the up and coming. She was trying to make a way for herself, and she disassociated herself with you. That's the narrative that we remember. That's the narrative that I remember. Child, cut it out. Now, Vivica A. Fox, she is another one out here getting called to the carpet for remembering her long lost love. And, we all know that Vivica has always said that 50 Cent is, the love of her life. Recently, she was on Vlad TV where she was asked about the relationship, and, she detailed their relationship in the beginning and basically how, they went public too fast, too soon, which is why their relationship failed. So there was a bunch of, talk about it. And, on the Shade Room, the Shade Room always posts everything. So 50 Cent now is with a little young, one of those entrepreneur model, Instagram model girls. He's with the girl Cuban. And, when she caught wind of Vivica's, her video and what she was saying about 50, she basically jumped in the comments and she was leaving, emojis, and she left a violin emoji, basically saying, oh, what a sad story. What a, oh, let the music play on and da, 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 da. And she called, basically called Vivica an elder. So this shit played out all over social media. But basically, Vivica, what she was saying is that in the interview with Vlad, the whole interview was not played on the Shade Room. So here's what Vivica had to say about this, okay? Okay. And what always kills me about these young people is that they always want to call, they always want to call older women elders, and they always want to make fun of, women and their ages. It's like, you would want to hope to get this age, So it's just like, and be looking as good as Vivica.
I'm the one chick. Everybody's like, well, if there's one chick that'll talk shit to 50 Cent, it's Vivica Fox. But can I tell you, I'm glad like that's so over. He now has a girlfriend that's beautiful, that's hot, and I'm happy for him. I hope he puts a ring on her finger and they live happily ever after. I don't wish him any ill will. Matter of fact, Tasha, my sister from Empire, is directing his new show. So,
there you go.
It's a love-hate situation, but they're at the core of it all is love. I have respect for him. And deep down in his heart, I know he has respect for me because he sees me doing my thing too. But don't come over here trying to talk no shit. because he already know what's gonna happen.
Right.
So, basically, that was the ending part, part of the interview with Vlad. But prior to that, she was previous in part of that interview, she was basically stating that 50 Cent was the love of her life. And so on the Shade Room, they actually, they captured an interview with 50 being asked about how does he feel about that. And here's what he had to say.
You seem to have been like the world's most amazing boyfriend. Chelsea Handler had great things to say about you. Vivica Fox, she said that you are still the love of her life. Do you have a response to that?
Well, no, I don't. I'm not never bothered by when she says that. You know what I'm saying? Because you say, if you just the timing that at the time that we actually interacted with each other, there was we weren't conscious of everything else that's going on. So she'll always say, if you listen to her, she'll say, I would have been private.
Yeah, she wouldn't have had as many people in y'all's business.
Right, because when it got so uncomfortable with everybody else, like when you get pushed and pulled in different directions without it being even her decision.
Right.
Her publicist has said, do this. This person is, you do this. And and you go, okay.
First of all, I just need to know what was in 50 Cent's mouth. What was he talking about? Was he having a stroke? I was like, what is he talking about? At the end, I don't know what he was talking about. He was stumbling. I don't know what the hell he was talking about. All I understood is that he said he was never bothered by what what she says. I love you too. Oh, I love you too, sweetheart. And I was like, what the hell is 50 talking about? It just seemed like he was just, I don't know, he started slurring at the end and just didn't sound right. But basically, his girlfriend, Cuban, she had an issue. She took issue with Vivica expressing that she still loved 50 Cent. But basically, all Vivica was saying, that statement that you make, oh, that will always be the love of my life. It was something like that. And so Cuban, basically what she was saying was like, oh, wow, wow, wow. Here's her response. She's like, stop, y'all. Let's respect our elders. So that was after, she was going back and forth and seeing what people were saying in the comments. So she was trying to say, like, to people in the comments, like, to respect our elders because of the comments that she made towards Vivica. But what Vivica was coming back and saying was, you didn't see the whole interview and you did not see where I basically said this. So Vivica is like, happy blessed Sunday, darling. Sun smiles. As this is from my at Vlad TV that at Cuban Link didn't see. I didn't deserve no damn violin. That was cute. I was giving you your flowers, darling. Best wishes. Now, let's move on. Hashtag life is good. Hashtag God is good. Hashtag bless. Hashtag respect. Hashtag girl power. Vivica, I'm going to need you to stop with all these goddamn hashtags.
I'm the one chick. Everybody's like, well, if there's one chick that'll talk shit to 50 Cent, it's Vivica Fox. But can I tell you, I'm glad like that's so over. He now has a girlfriend that's beautiful, that's hot, and I'm happy for him. I hope he puts a ring on.
So there is what she was saying there. She's saying, I basically gave her her flowers. Oh boy. Sorry, guys. I am so sorry. It just StreamYard really did some crazy stuff right then and there. Let me turn that down. So yeah, so basically Cuban is, insecure. She's insecure because she is a younger female and she knows that Vivica and 50 have a history. And she also seen 50's response. It wasn't as, he wasn't dissing Vivica. He did not, he didn't clown Vivica. He didn't do any of that. He basically said, I'm never bothered by anything that Vivica says in relating to that subject. He basically seemed flattered, like, yeah, that's my girl. We have a history. We go way back and I give her respect. I'm never bothered by her saying that I was the love of her life. He's not bothered by that. He's not bothered by her saying that it's always going to be love. And I really am proud of 50 Cent because we know in the past 50 can really get, he can really get disrespectful. The way he did Naturi, he can really get disrespectful. So I'm very happy with 50 Cent's his response. But Cuban, she needs to definitely respect her elders. Honey, people like Vivica Fox, they paved the way for these Instagram models. They got to remember people like Vivica Fox, Claudia Jordan, she's one of them, even though you guys, a lot of y'all don't like her. But there are a lot of these video girls, Lisa Ray, all of these older women that were very sexy back in the day that have names for themselves. Vivica Fox, she's just one of those ones where her name rings bells for being like a very sexy woman back in the day. And she epitomizes the type of sexy kitten woman that has developed over Instagram all over these, over the years. These younger women, they think that, they were the only ones that invented the sex kid. Child, Vivica Fox is the epitome of the sex kitten. She was always looked at as the sexy woman, the sexy lady, the sexy leading role. Like that's Vivica Fox. That's what she's known for. So when her and 50 hit the scene and their relationship went public and everybody, the press went crazy. The press loved it. It was hip hop. It was like a hip hop royalty romance. It was a hip hop relationship. Everybody was covering. They were always on the cover of The Source. All of this. All of it. They were always on the magazine covers. Everybody loved Vivica Fox. And everybody loved the fact that her and 50 were together. So these young girls that are these famous Insta thoughts that got famous because they took Instagram pictures and they twerked on camera and they did all that. They need to put some respect on these older women's names. Just because these women are older and they're still in the spotlight, you better pray and hope that you're still able to do it. Because these women are natural beauties. They haven't had all this work done at early ages. Y'all done had all these younger women that had all these chiclets put in their teeth. They got all these chiclet gum pieces put in their teeth, look like little chiclet gum. They got that shit all in their teeth. They got breast implants, butt injections, lip implants. if they could get anything done to their bodies, they get it done. Lipo, all types of things, ribs taken out to, make their stomach be flatter, fat transfers, all of these things. And they're not even 30 years old yet. Some of these women's bodies haven't even fully matured. They just hit 21 and they're already having breast implants. Your body still, newsflash, even at 21, your body is still not fully developed. I hate to break it to you. Don't you realize that by 21, 23, you still could be looking like a teenager? And then you notice women, when they get to be 38, maybe 40, they start looking a little bit more mature. Now they look a little bit more developed. Their hips are a little bit more spread out. You are not fully developed at 21, 23, 22. And y'all out here getting surgery and plastic surgeries. Y'all better hope that you could look as good as Vivica Fox when she gets older. Because Cuban and all of these dream dolls and Aries and all of these Instagram models, you guys better hope you can look like Lisa Ray and Vivica Fox and all these people when you get older. Because these women did not have butt injections, plastic surgery. They didn't do all of that in their 20s. Now, a boob job and a little nip and tuck here and there, yes, women were doing that back in the day, but y'all are going too far these days. So always trying to, play the card with the elder card for women that are my age and a little older. You better hope that you get to see my age. A lot of these young people are getting taken out. They are dying. They're getting killed. They're, at young ages. You better hope and pray that you can make it to 40 and 42 and 50. It is not a crime and there's nothing wrong with aging and getting older. We all have to do it. That is something that we all have to do. So I don't understand where they get with this, always trying to shame women that are older than 25, women that are older than 28. I've seen these people in their 20s telling women that are 30 and 35 that they are old. It's like, are you serious? 35 is not old. You are just coming into your womanhood. It's like, come on, stop. It's very disrespectful. And doing all the drinking and ruining their skin and going to Starbucks with on that coffee drinking, I still get carded even though I don't smoke when I try to buy a wine cooler or frozen daiquiri. I know that's right, because that must mean that you look young. So it's nothing wrong with that. These girls better hope that they can make it to our age and that they can make it to Vivica Fox age and still look as good as Vivica Fox and still have a career and still be relevant. Vivica Fox is still relevant. She's still in the industry. She's had a long run, even at her age. Some of y'all are going to be one-hit wonders. Nobody's going to be talking about you when you get to, thank you, Monica. I love you too. Some of y'all aren't even going to be relevant to these Aries and these girlfriends that are boyfriends, their rappers are boyfriends. Y'all aren't going to be relevant 20 years from now. Vivica Fox is still relevant, and she has been popping since the 90s. We are still talking. The fact that these young girls are still in the same space as Vivica Fox, give her flowers. This woman is still relevant in her 50s. Cuban, your only claim to fame is 50 Cent. Give Vivica her flowers. This woman is a renowned actress. She's been in many movies, many videos. She has, her own production and, own company. She's produced movies. What is your claim to fame, Cuban? Your claim to fame is being with 50 cents. No, I would say that Vivica is not natural. You are absolutely correct. Vivica has had work done. I'm not going to lie and say that she hasn't, but she got work done at a late age in life when she was already, mature and already grown. Vivica did not start having that work done till later in the game. When Vivica was out and very popular and dating 50 Cent, Vivica had not had any work done. She did not start having work done until she started aging. Okay, until she hit her 40s and late 40s. That's when Vivica started having work done. Cuban trying to be a millionaire by 50 and have a baby. I know that's right. So that's my whole thing. Like, these girls, they need to, stop always trying to put down women of a certain age, because all of us are going to get older. We all have to get older. What do you think? You're going to stay 20 forever? You're going to stay 21 forever? Your titties are going to stay perky and sitting up forever? No. As soon as you have a baby, and if you let nature take its course, your titties are going to, droop a little. Gravity is going to pull them down a little bit. Gravity is going to pull them down a little bit. So stop always trying to talk about women that are older. You better pray that you make it to see 40 and 45 and 50 and pushing 60. Some of y'all ain't going to make it to see 35. And that's just real talk. So moving along, Sabrina Peterson. So Sabrina Peterson, we all know who she is. Sabrina is the one that has accused T.I and Tiny of some horrendous things. She claims to be a victim of rape. He put his foot in her privates, all these things. It is so many accusations that this girl has made against T.I and Tiny. Well, earlier in the week, Sabrina said if they were to apologize, she would drop everything. She would drop the lawsuit if they were to apologize. Here's what she had to say.
Tell the truth about me. Tell the truth about what you did to me and apologize. I'm gone. I don't want one dime. I don't want one dime. And here's the other stipulation. Do it within 7 days. Do it within 7 days. I don't want listen, do this, what I'm saying right now, within 7 days. Within 7 days, tell the truth and apologize. And I'm gone. Sabrina, she done with. I don't want a dime from you or X, Y, Z. But if I gotta keep drawing this shit out, I gotta keep stepping away from my motherfucking brand. I gotta keep stepping away from my weed and my weed jars. I gotta keep stepping away from my motherfucking packaging. I gotta keep stepping away from my fundraising I'm supposed to be doing, my $12 million fundraise. If I gotta keep stepping away from my goddamn desk to answer these motherfucking calls, then bitch, you won't. Then that's it is what it is. 7.
So she is telling T.I and Tiny if they were to apologize within 7 days of that video, she will drop everything. Well, honey, this was T.I.'s response. This was T.I.'s response. T.I.'s response was an apology in his Draco voice. What is hashtag what it's come to. Oh, what it's come to. What it's come to. So T.I said an apology in his Draco voice. So I can hear him saying an apology in his Draco voice. So basically T.I is saying, I'm not apologizing for shit. Apologizing for what? I haven't done anything wrong. He appears to be at, that looks like that Rock Nation brunch that they all go to. That's what that looks like to me. Like they was at the Rock Nation brunch or something or somewhere. You know, they all go to this Rock Nation brunch every year. So that's what it looks like. That's where they're at to me. I could be wrong, but that's what it looks like to me. But T.I. is saying an apology in his Draco voice, what it's come to. So how many of y'all think that, you know, Sabrina is deserving of an apology? Do y'all believe the things that Sabrina is saying T.I. and Tiny did to her? Do you guys believe this? Do you believe that she was raped? Or do you believe that, you know, she was just partying with them and having sex with them and now she's trying to expose them? Do you believe all of these women that are coming out saying that they were raped and molested by T.I. and Tiny? Do you believe that they were actually victims? Or do you believe that they were just, you know, having orgies with women and maybe there were drugs and, you know, Xanax and, you know, the ecstasy pills involved and all of this? Maybe those things were a part of the party because we know how celebrities can get. You know, they be into that white powder. They be into that, you know, powdered donuts and they do pop Molly and all this stuff. And, you know, things can get a little outrageous. So do you believe that this woman was victimized by T.I. and Tiny? Or do you believe it was just innocent sex that had, you know, drugs at the party? Let me know in the comments how you feel about Sabrina Peterson. I really haven't, you know, I really try to stay away from judging someone that could be a victim or shaming someone that could be a victim because it's not my place to say whether something happened or not. You know, I wasn't there. I don't know what happened, you know, but I am just curious to know how many people feel as though Sabrina was victimized by T.I. and Tiny. Because apparently Tip is saying he's not apologizing for shit because he doesn't, he's saying T.I. and Tiny are innocent. I don't believe her or them, but I know if they apologize for anything, they'll open themselves to lawsuits because it will be admitting guilt. I agree. Miss Mary says she believes her. You know, I believe that. I remember when T.I. was arrested, you know, remember back in the day when he did time and they, you know, they searched his home. They found guns and all of that. Well, you guys remember they found a large amount of ecstasy pills in their home. If nobody believes that, go on and Google it. When T.I. was arrested, you know, when he did that time and they, you know, when they searched their home, I remember it being reported that they found ecstasy. They found a large quantity at that. So I don't know if it was rape or any type of molestation. I just know that T.I. and Tiny have always been rumored to sleep with women together, that they've been the party couple, the swinging couple in Atlanta. And I've always heard these rumors that they get the pretty girls from the clubs and they bring them home. Why do you think Tiny is always up under their comments? These girls that are pretty and Insta models and everything, you'll always see Tiny coming through liking a pic or heart eye. You know, she's got the heart eye emojis and she's always under people's other women's pictures that are posing provocatively and everything. I believe T.I. and Tiny are the swinging type couple that have slept with a lot of different women, a lot of, you know, if that goddamn ice cream truck don't get from in front of my house, I don't know how long they're going to play that ice cream song. Nobody's coming outside. Nobody wants no damn ice cream. I'm in the middle of a live and they got that shit in the background. Y'all hear that shit? Listen at this. Now, you know you live in the hood when you can hear the ice cream truck. That's how loud it is. Listen at this shit. Listen. They had interrupted my live. Child, I was trying to talk over it and wait for it to pass. But they must be out there fucking serving the whole block. Like, get y'all, them kids gonna make me go outside and say, get y'all goddamn ice cream and get going now. I'm on a live. Child, they just got too much going on out here. I can't concentrate. Well, that's the point of court. You come to a solution, even if that means a payout. I don't think she sued or was a rape victim. Her case was different, but that doesn't mean others weren't raped. If he roofied them, it's rape. All right. Well, I just don't really try to get into it because I wasn't there. I don't know, but just the rumors that I have heard about T.I and Tiny, I just always heard that they were swingers. I always heard that they have sex with women together. I always have heard that. Get me a snow rocket off the track. I have always heard, that they do drugs and they party with girls and they get high and, they be rolling off the ecstasy and stuff. I've just always heard that about them. So I don't believe, that these women were raped. I think rape is a strong word. When you're raped, it's not consensual, and majority of the time, it's violent. It's, you're held down and you're manipulated, you're drugged, you don't know that you were, that someone had sex with you. So if they're coming at it that way, that they were there, they were drugged, and they didn't know that that T.I or Tiny had sex with them, that they didn't come there for that, then absolutely it was rape. Absolutely it was rape. But if you're partying, okay, Miss Mary, I got you. But if it was you were partying and y'all partook in drugs and you actually consented to it, I don't see how you can come after that years later and then say that it was rape. That just doesn't seem like rape to me. Rape to me is non-consensual. You did not consent, whether you were drugged or whether you were alert and you didn't consent. No means no. Stop means stop. And if you ask somebody to stop and they kept going, that is rape. If you said no, that is rape. If you did not consent to sex, that is rape. If you took drugs and you had sex with someone, but then you woke up and realized that you should not have done that, that is not rape. Okay? If you took drugs and you were having a good time and you partook in an orgy with some celebrities, but then afterwards you realize that it was something you should not have done, that is not rape. When you are embarrassed and now you feel bad and you feel like, oh my God, I shouldn't have done this, that is not rape. To feel shame and feel upset that you did something that you shouldn't have done, that was inappropriate, that's not rape. When you are unconscious and you're saying no, or you don't know, and this and that and the third, yes, that is rape. All right. So I just want everybody to be clear on that. If you are in a celebrity's home and they give you some drugs, they give you some fucking ecstasy pills or some Molly pills or whatever, what the hell do you think is going to happen? Why would you put yourself in that type of position and then want to come back, later and say, I think I was raped? First off, don't even put yourself in that predicament. But see, that's these thirsty girls. They want to be up under T.I and Tiny, just the whole glitz and glamour of it, just to be able to say that they were with T.I and Tiny. And then now that they got your ass cuckoo cow, you got one leg is up in the air, one foot is the foot is in your dussy, and now you don't know whether you coming or going. Honey, that's on you. You cannot come years later or after the fact and now say that you were raped. Right now, I think by her saying this, maybe there is a chance her case is not looking good. If they are wrong, then I say keep going. Exactly. If someone raped you and it's that serious, why would you be willing to drop everything for an apology? If you apologize and say what you did to me was wrong, I will drop everything. To me, that doesn't look good. If someone raped me and I just made it known to the public, and now other women are coming out and other victims, whatever courage it took for them to come out because I came out, now I'm willing to drop it now all of a sudden. If T.I. says he apologizes, I'm willing to drop it. Well, what about the other victims that have now come forth? Because I had courage to come out and say that I was raped by T.I. and Tiny. So now other people are coming out. So now I'm just going to say if they apologize, I'll drop it all. That doesn't seem like a rape to me. That doesn't seem like it's that serious. To me, I'm a victim of molestation, rape, and it was not just an apology for me. An apology doesn't take away the hurt, the anguish, and everything that you feel. An apology is not going to erase what was done to you. So to me, if she's this, now wanting to minimize it by stating, if you apologize, I'll drop everything. I'm just not feeling that. I'm not feeling that. That seems a little shady to me. Seems a little shady. But as you can see, she said, she's out here in the weed game. If she has to drop her $12 million fundraiser because she's in the weed game now, honey. In her post, she's stating that this weed game is her focus. Not a man, not partying, not shopping, just this. Cultivation, manufacturing, and distribution. Hashtag CBD, hashtag hemp, hashtag farm bill compliant, hashtag cannabis. Join me today for the opportunity call. Click the link above. We are filling up fast. So she is just one of many, 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 many people that are getting into the hemp, CBD weed growing opportunity that is out here. Seems like to me, she's minimizing what happened with her and T.I. and Tiny, and now stating her focus is on her business. Her focus is on, growing this weed, getting this money, not a man, not partying, not sleeping, none of that, just growing this weed. But you was just on a previous post screaming and yelling that T.I. and Tiny raped you. And they did all these things to you. So now you're willing to drop this in 7 days if he apologizes and admits, I guess, on social media in front of the world that they are sorry for what they did to you and admit what they did to you. Are you freaking serious? You have gotten lawyers involved. You have gotten other people to come out as victims. And you think now that it is just going to be able to be dropped that quickly in 7 days if T.I. and Tiny apologize to you on via social media. Girl, you done got lawyers and stuff involved. You done got people, you've got the world invested in this. It's not going to just go away like that because now you want it to go away. Because now all of a sudden you have gotten some type of prestige or some type of following out of this. You are finally famous or known or insta famous or whatever it is that, you're viral, if that's what you want to call it. You're finally viral. And now you're ready to drop it because now you have everything that you need. Check this girl's Instagram out. This is someone that is supposedly a rape victim, and she's a victim and she is going through, she's a victim and she's going through, these tough times as, being a survivor. Okay, this is what a survivor looks like. This is her Instagram page. I mean, this is to look at her story. Sunday vibes.
Wait till you see what I'm gonna do with this.
This is the CBD.
Get a little frantic, I light up for some magic. Then I say that I'm through with you.
Are really over the top gravies. So this right now is about to be a filet mignon gravy to go over our right.
Child, this is what I know.
This is filet mignon, the gravy. I make really over the top robust gravy. So we're having baked chicken, but along.
Child. The biggest Black female-owned and operated hemp and cannabis brand in the world. At Pretty High Company, go fact check that. Over 100 distributors nationally and growing. In this business is truly who you know. Thanks for the plugs at Freeway Ricky. So I do know that Freeway Ricky Ross is who she's referring to, and we all know that's the cocaine dude from back in the day in Los Angeles, Freeway Ricky Ross, who did all that time, in the feds and got out. And now he is a real advocate for the cannabis business and people getting into the weed industry. I don't know how she got plugged in with this, because I was, from what I was told, if you have a background or if you have some type of felony, I don't see how she got a weed license. I don't see how she got to be able to get into the dispensary game. I don't, to my knowledge, I didn't know that you could be a felon and still partake in this. I don't know if this is her company or if this is someone else's, but it looks like Sabrina Peterson is in the weed game, honey. She is doing big things, so she's basically saying she does not, she's ready to drop all of this with T.I and Tiny. She's out here opening up businesses, honey. She's opening up her restaurant, literally cooking some at Pretty High Co-ish, upcoming soon. infused by At Pretty Ico for all of your infused culinary needs. I guess she's going to be using CBD infused seasonings to have a restaurant and cook food that has weed in it. I don't understand why people have to use CBD for everything. Why do they have to put CBD or hemp in the food, child? It is the CBD for me. Everything is CBD. The oils, the cigarettes, the seasonings and the food, everything is CBD. It says hemp weed is interchangeable to me. It's a sustainable product. And I think you're right, Sweet Pea. She's probably operating as an employee of a company. Honey, because I did not know that, as a felon, you could own and operate and have a license to be in the cannabis business. I did not know that, and it costs a pretty penny to get into this business. So I don't know if she already have extorted T.I and Tiny and got her a little bit of coin in order to open up all these businesses, but she has monopolized and used the publicity to her favor. I will say that, because now she is out here doing the weed thing, and now she's backpedaling and saying that if they just apologize to her, she will drop everything. So things must be going good over there. The coin must be coming in, because she's ready to drop it, child. She's ready to let it go. But I know one celebrity, honey, that is not ready to drop shit, and that's Miss Kelly Price. So I guess Kelly, honey, she got booked somewhere out in Texas or somewhere, child, and the promoters did not pay her. So let's get into that. She was on Instagram, honey, going off. She started off real white woman like, just saying how she felt. And then in the next clip, honey, she just went off about her money. She turned into Kelly from the block.
Hi, Kendrick James. Hi, Rev Up Nation, or whatever the name of your company is. I'm doing this again because I couldn't see where it posted, and I think it's a possibility that my other message got lost. But I want to make sure this doesn't get lost because it's too important. Number one, because you're foul. Number two, because you're a liar. And number three, because you took really, really personal information and you took it and you tried to use it for your own advantage. And for that, I hope God beats your behind. I hope he beats your tail over and over and over again for it. Rev Up Nation out of Houston, Texas, who hosted the One Hope not versation, not concert that took place tonight in Galveston, where I would have been headlining tonight with Life Jennings, did not happen. Let's be clear. Not because I had a personal emergency, not because Life had a personal emergency. It's because he couldn't afford to pay either one of us to be there on stage tonight. I have been working in this business for 30 years, and I have worked with promoters who have had emergencies, where there have been natural disasters, there have been acts of God, acts of war, other things that have caused the performances not to be able to happen. And I'm more than happy always to work with a promoter that's trying to make something happen for fans in the community that want to see artists that they love. But this one thing I will not accept. Number one, the world went through hell in 2020. I don't feel like I had a worse year than anybody else in the world. I know I had a pretty bad year and probably one of the worst years of just about anybody that you could name in 2020 that had a year. I lost almost 20 family members last year. But to be able to pray and to ask God for the strength and the ability to get back up and get on my feet and get back to work and to do what it is that I know that he called me to do, and to connect with liars, connivers, people who are not honest, people who can't afford to hire artists, because just let's be clear, if you can't afford to hire an artist, find something else to do. Because clearly you couldn't afford to hire me or Life tonight. That's the reason why tonight's show did not happen. Let's be clear. The show was originally booked for March of this year. It was canceled, rescheduled, rebooked for this weekend because there were storms that took place here in the state of Texas during the month of March. I am not inhuman. Life is not inhuman. We knew what happened here in the state of Texas. We both agreed to reschedule the concert for this weekend. We know that with the ice storms, with all of that stuff that was happening, that a lot of people ended up being out of money. They had no power. They had all kinds of things. There have been things that both he and I have lived through that you would never have to try to explain to us why it is that somebody needs more time to deal with something because of the things that we've lived through. But let me say this to you, Mr. James, Kendrick James of Rev Up Nation. You are the scum of the earth and you belong on the bottom of my shoe. I'm going to say it again. You are the scum of the earth and you belong on the bottom of my shoe. I got on a plane. I came here to Texas. I have been here since 9 o'clock this morning. I've been trying to find you all day long. I never heard anything from you until almost 6 or 7 o'clock this evening. Sound check had already been done. We had already had my production manager contact your audio visual production person who turned out to be your homeboy, who really doesn't have any kind of experience in audio visual anything, if we're going to be all the way clear. You hired your homeboy. Your professional service for transportation, again, homeboy hookup. God help us if we were in an accident, we would have been out like I don't nobody's business. But then you turn around and you call me after I've been trying to reach you for almost 12 hours, talking about you just want to have a conversation with me. And because you know I'm a woman of God, you want to pray with me. You can miss me with all of that. Woman of God or no, my business has nothing to do with the fact that you did not handle yours. Get your money up, get your bread up, get your business up, get your mind up, get your brain up, get all of that up, because God has never told me that I'm supposed to allow you to screw me over in the name of Jesus. Miss me with all of that. You finally, after 10, 11 hours of being missing and no one being able to find you, you finally get a hold of me and tell me that you want to have prayer? Are you serious? You finally get a hold of me and you want to say that because you know I'm a woman of God, you want to have a conversation with me about what's going on because you don't have the money to pay me for tonight? And I shared with you on a very personal note. It hasn't been personal to the world because I actually talked about it, that last year I lost a lot of family members due to COVID. I lost a lot of family members. I lost almost 20 people, maybe a total, if the exact number was probably about 17, but I lost about 17 people last year during the entire pandemic. And most recently meaning as in within the last 24 hours, being told that I need to get to see my grandmother sooner than later because it's not looking good for her. Did you get on the phone and did you have a conversation with the venue and with the people that the reason why I didn't perform tonight is because I decided that I didn't want to perform because something was wrong with my grandmother? You are a piece of shit. I don't care what church people look at this and decide that they want to judge me for it. I said what I said. You are disgusting. You are the bottom of my shoe. Nobody knew. I hadn't had that conversation with anybody. I'd had that information for less than 24 hours. And I didn't tell you that because I wasn't going to get on the stage. I said it to you because I said, if I can get on a plane And I can show up here for a show knowing what I knew about my grandmother after everything that I have suffered in the last 12 months, that you could do what you were supposed to do to make sure that I got on that stage tonight. For all of the people in the Galveston, Houston area that paid their money to come see me, Life, and the other acts that they came to see tonight. But what you did was you went and you told everybody, I canceled tonight's.
Okay. Now, this is a 20-minute long video, okay? This, I just wanted to interject really briefly. Kelly Price put this on her Instagram, and this shit is 20 minutes long, okay? I understand that the promoter was janky. I understand, honey, that you didn't get paid, but what I'm not understanding, did the performance even ever go on? So I guess I got to watch this a little bit longer to even find out, did you even perform? Was there even ever a performance? This is how the game is, though. I mean, you are a seasoned artist. You should know that you need to get your money up front. You don't never do any type of service and you don't get the money up front, let alone sign contracts and paperwork. I'm just trying to really watch this, but I'm like, Kelly, now come on. Hey, baby doll. I'm like, come on now, Kelly. I mean, you have been at this for 30 plus years, you said. You know that you're supposed to get paid up front. I'm just trying to figure out, did you even do this concert? And 20 minutes on Instagram, that's a lot for Instagram. You put this up, you was talking for 20 minutes. That's a lot. That's a lot.
So tonight's show, because I was feeling some kind of way about my grandmother. My grandmother didn't raise that kind of girl. My grandmother was the kind of woman that could pray somebody through their own sickness when she was sick in her own body. So the only thing I say to you is, I'm not going to even ask God to help you. Whatever you got to deal with because you put your mouth on me, forget me. You put your mouth on her. You don't even know who my grandmother is. You put your mouth on her. I didn't back out of tonight's show. You couldn't afford to pay me for tonight's show. You couldn't afford to pay Life for tonight's show. He didn't even know what was going on until he landed and saw what was happening, and he called me, and I told him what you did. I want everybody to know in the Galveston area, in the Houston area, anybody that came through the area to see me or Life tonight, tonight's show was not canceled because of Life. Tonight's show was not canceled because of me. Tonight's show was not canceled because my grandmother is deathly ill. Tonight's show was canceled because you're a bum and you can't pay your bills. How about that? How about tell the truth? How about tell people that you knew that before I got on a plane this morning, you didn't have my money? How about tell people that before Life got on his plane this afternoon, you did not have his money? Before we get to the money, how about let's talk about that at my sound check today. You didn't have my monitors. You didn't have my inner ears. You had the wrong wires. You didn't have anything that was on my tech rider. How about tell everybody you breached the contract before the show even started tonight? How about you tell everybody that before you were due to pay the back end, you couldn't have put the show on tonight regardless because you had already breached the contract? And for the people that want to know how this business goes, you do get 50% of the money up front. You do get all your travel paid for before you get on the plane. The balance is supposed to be paid before showtime, at the very latest by sound check. But we couldn't find you at sound check because you left the building. And you stopped answering your phone. and your phone kept going straight to voicemail. And I got your brother Dion on the phone. And then I got my driver on the phone because you wouldn't answer your phone. Then you showed up at my hotel and acted like a complete idiot. And let me tell you what kind of Black woman I am. I didn't have the people at my hotel call the police and have you arrested because I'm not that kind of Black woman. But just so we're clear, I stay in 5-star hotels. If I would have told them that you were trespassing and that you were here uninvited and that you were asking for me, you would have been arrested on site because you were here uninvited and you had no reason to be here because you did not have my money. And you were not prepared to make tonight's show happen based on the contract we signed with each other. You messed up when you put my grandmother's name in your mouth. You don't have to believe anything about me. You can believe I'm a heathen. You can believe I'm a hellion. You can believe I'm full of the. You can believe whatever you want to believe because I sing R&B music. You can believe any of that. You can believe anything you want to believe because I'm a modern day Christian. And if I get mad enough, I'll curse at you. You can believe any of that you want to believe. Let me tell you something about my grandmother. You picked the wrong one when you called her name out your mouth. And you use that as the reason why your bootleg concert didn't happen tonight because you couldn't afford to pay your bills. I've been doing this 30 years, longer than you've been a promoter in this business. And you can call me what you want to call me, but people don't keep calling me because I don't show up. People don't keep calling me because when I get on stage, I don't do my job. That's not what that's about. When I get on stage, I do my job. When I take the microphone, I sing the whole hell out of everything. Everything. That's what I do. Your job, if you're trying to be a promoter, pay your bills. Don't blame the reason why the show is not happening on the artist when you know the reason why it's not happening is because you couldn't afford to pay it. Because I showed up in Houston tonight, and life did too. And you didn't have the money to pay either one of us. So if I were you, I'd be real careful. Waste the time to sue you, because if you couldn't afford to pay either one of us to get on stage tonight, you can't afford to pay a civil suit. That's the truth of the matter. Why waste the money? You couldn't pay us to get on stage, so you can't pay for a lawsuit. But what I am going to do is use the fact that social media is on my side, and I have the opportunity to tell everybody that paid money for a ticket to come to Galveston to see me and live tonight, that I'm not the reason why they didn't have a show, and neither is he. You are. You didn't have his money and you didn't have mine. And then you put my grandmother's name in your mouth. My grandmother's a prayer warrior. My grandmother's a woman of God. My grandmother is somebody who was laying hands on sick people and they've been healed. My grandmother is somebody who has donated, dedicated her entire.
Okay, Kelly, I got to stop you right there, honey. Not the grandma laid hands on somebody and they done been healed. I'm going to stop you right there, Kelly Price. Okay, now we all love our grandmothers. I love mine dearly. I have lost people from COVID as well. And I have lost grandmothers to other illnesses, one to just old age. My great grandmother was 103 years old when she passed a couple years back, honey. And she was the glue to our family. And she was a God-fearing woman. She was a believer in the Lord. But honey, not laying hands on the sick and they was healed. Honey, I have to stop you right there. I have to stop you right there, Kelly Price. Now, you know damn well your grandmother did not lay hands on people and they've been healed. Stop it. I'm so sick of y'all Christians with this mess. I love the Lord and I believe in the Lord as well. But you know damn well your Grammy did not lay hands on the sick and they got well. Stop it. I know she did not do that, and you know it as well, Kelly Price. Now, you are a Black woman that did not get paid, like Dee Dee said. You are a Black woman that did not get paid. Period. You need to just put your big girl panties on and get the hell up out of Houston. Get out that hotel room. You steady paying for a hotel room that you don't need to be paying for because you're not performing. You must have didn't perform, and you need to just get your ass up out of Houston. That man is not going to pay you. If he came there talking about he wanted to pray with you, he ain't got the money. So you need to just pack your bags and leave. You see, Life got on the plane and left. You still in the hotel posting videos, 20-minute long videos at that. Girl, that man is not going to give you your money, and nobody knows who he is on social media to even know what they need to be doing. Child, the man is not going to pay you. You will not be the first Black woman artist to not get paid, and you will not be the last that this happened to. Let this be a lesson to you, Kelly Price, to get your money up front. You talking about how the game goes 50-50. Girl, you should have got that. If you're dealing with these type of promoters, y'all know promoters that look janky. She probably had a sign. He probably did some shit before she even got there that showed her that he was a little janky. But she just ignored it because, she's just trying to get herself back out there. Nobody is really checking for Kelly Price or Life Jennings. So they got to book and get the shows when they can get them. You know what I'm saying? So she's just taking on these little gigs, and you should have got your shit all at one time. Talking about it's 50 up front and all that. Child, that man showed you that he was janky when you was first trying to write these contracts out and formulate this deal. You seen that this man was janky. You should not have agreed to do this concert. That man showed you who he was before your ass even got there. Because I am a believer that people show you who they are, but we ignore it. And we just say, oh, you know what? I'm just going to keep it moving because I need to work. I need to, get booked some dates because, we've been in COVID. So I'm just trying to get myself back out there. Child, that man showed you that you were janky, that he was janky from the beginning, but you chose to close your eyes to it. Kelly, take your ass home, girl.
Higher life to the work and the service of God unselfishly, and you tried it. So I don't care who you think I am. That you picked the wrong one when you put my grandmother's name in your mouth. Do I feel sorry for you? Hell no. That's where I'm not my grandmother, because my grandmother would probably have a little more mercy.
Y'all gotta
on you, a whole lot more mercy on you than I do. I want you to get everything you got coming to you because you put her name in your mouth.
Y'all gotta excuse me. The internet connection on the Zoom, on the StreamYard is coming, it's going in and out. But I promise we're gonna make it through this, but it's just, it's just pausing in and out. So just, bear with me.
And you were the only one that could have done it because I was the only one that knew about the conversation that I had with the facility that she's staying in right now. And you didn't think that I would have an opportunity to speak to Life before tonight's show, but I did. That's what happens with people that have been in this industry for decades at a time. We don't have to be the best of friends, but when we've been working the same business for decades, doing the same thing and dealing with people like you for decades, we know better than to just believe anything we've heard without further investigating. So I say to you, Rev Up Nation, good luck, but not really. Because every time I get the opportunity to tell anybody about you, I'm going to tell them that you're a liar, that you are a conniver, that you're broke and you can't pay your bills, and that you treat artists like garbage. And I don't know why you showed up here harassing me at my hotel tonight, talking about you wanted to pray with me. Because praying with me wasn't going to help you. You would have needed somebody to pray for you. Because if I would have come into contact with you, Edgemere would have showed up in me, not the Church of God in Christ. I can tell you that right now. And I have no bad feelings about that whatsoever.
And see, what gets me about these so-called Christian people, they, you know, I'm going to tell you something about Christians, honey. They will be ready to chop your neck off when it comes to money. When it comes to money and it comes to these shows that they have to, what's up, Gator girl? Hey, girl. This my boo. Hey, girl. When it comes, see, I love my people over here. I will stop my show to give my people a shout out. I love you. Hey, girlfriend. And baby doll, sweet pea, we understand, just enjoying your show. I love my people. So my thing is, these Christians, they want to justify why they get in their feelings, why they cuss you out, why they step outside of their little Christian perfect personas when they ready to get evil and when they ready to get in their feelings. The Bible says be angry, but do not sin. You can be angry, but you don't have to cuss people out. You can be angry, but you don't have to become a heathen. But y'all think that it's okay. You justify why you are able to be so quick to become heathenistic. It's because you are not perfect. You are in the flesh, just like all of us. You are in the flesh, just like all of us. But y'all be so quick to judge the prostitute. You be so quick to judge the drug addict. You be so quick to judge the homosexual. You be so quick to judge the transgender person. Y'all be so quick to judge all of these people that you consider are sinning and outright deserve to be judged. But when you in your feelings because somebody didn't pay you, you're ready to justify why you could cuss them out and why you could be a heathen. Child, please. The Bible says, be angry and do not sin. You still supposed to be able to hold your ground. You still supposed to be able to remain in your peace. You are not supposed to be allowed to allow anyone to let you step outside of who you are. When I see this type of behavior from a so-called Christian, this means that you are you. This is who you really are. When you get into this ready to cuss people out mode, this is because this is who you really are. That so-called Christian that you play the role of, that's who you are 12 hours in the day, or maybe 8 hours in the day. Them other 16 hours, or them other 12 hours, or them other 14 hours, this is who you are. That person that cusses, rants and raves, ready to tell people off, are in the flesh, and you better pay me my goddamn money. That's what the hell she want to say. She wants to say, nigga, you better pay me my motherfucking money. That's what she wants to say. She want to say, yo motherfucking ass, you need to pay me my motherfucking money, nigga. That's what Kelly Price wants to say. But she want to sit up here and make all these facial expressions and keep licking her lips and keep showing us the manicured nails. Kelly, your nails look great, boo-boo. I love the American manicure or French manicure, whatever the hell it is you got going on. The weave is nice. I love that the unit is installed. It looks beautiful. But honey, pack your bags and get the hell up off of Instagram Live and go home. The man did not pay you. You sitting up in here talking to social media. They don't give a damn. Everybody in the comments telling you to go home. Girl, I was watching Sean Davy Way show earlier, and he commented on this, and everybody in the chat was telling your ass to go home, girl. They was telling you to go home. But see, this is what the Christians do. They be ready to cuss your ass out. And then they want to justify why it was okay for them to do it. Because you owed her some damn money. Child, please.
I'm not that generation. When you bring me into a city or into a situation, and I show up to work and you don't pay me, have my money, or expect to get whatever you get. Do I look like I'm kidding? Because I'm not. You're a liar.
Oh, child, did y'all hear?
You're a cheater. You're a conniver.
Oh,
you're broke.
Child, I got to rewind that. Now, I know damn well, did y'all hear her belly? Now, see, she been sitting in that damn hotel room on the damn live for all that damn time, and she is not eating. Did you hear her stomach growl? Her stomach just growled in this damn video. I'm going to rewind it so you can hear it. Her stomach growled right on this live, honey. She's so busy talking all this shit, she done forgot to goddamn eat. Her stomach is growling, honey. Now, Kelly, I know you got a card somewhere that you could swipe to get yourself some DoorDash, girl. You can order DoorDash and have them come bring you a room service. Listen to this.
However, I'm not that generation. When you bring me into a city or into a situation and I show up to work and you don't pay me, have my money, or expect to get whatever you get. Do I look like I'm kidding? Because I'm not. You're a liar. You're a cheater. You're a conniver.
Now, did y'all hear that in the comments? Did y'all hear that woman's stomach? Did y'all hear that? Y'all let me know in the comments. Did y'all hear her damn stomach growling? She is so busy up here cussing and fussing and talking about this man have not paid her. And she got her stomach. She is on camera. Her stomach is growling. Like, girl. Now come on, girl. She Coco Butter Barbie says she wants something off the ice cream truck. Girl, that janky promoter done stiffed you, and you so busy up here talking, cussing, and fussing, and your stomach is growling on. Oh my God. Kelly Price, I'm done with you, girl. I am done.
You're broke and you can't afford to pay the artist that you hire. You would have did better to ask us to put this date on hold again like you did the first time. Because the first time we put the date on hold for you, and we were happy to do that because we understand that nature happens, weather happens, acts of God, acts of war, acts of terror, all of those things, they happen. But this was an act of you. This was an act of you.
Kelly Price, act of war and act of terror. Honey, nobody is still going to want to come to the concert in an act of war and an act of terror. This woman done went too damn far over this man not. And how much could he have possibly not paid her? Now, did he pay you up front? You said you got the money part up front. Then you said the travel in the hotel was paid for. So he done already paid out all of that. The rest of it, how much could he have possibly owed you? You are not even, girl, I don't even know what your ticket price, what the range even is to get a Kelly Price and Life Jennings performance. I don't even know what the going rate is for that.
Your lies. This was an act of your not being honest. This was an act of your not being able to afford what you signed up for. Then you turned around and you tried to put it off on me. You picked the wrong one. I swear to God, you picked the wrong one. You tried to put this off on me and you put my grandmother's name in your mouth. I'm not even mad about me. I am. Take that back. But for who I know my grandmother has been to the body of Christ, who I know that my grandmother has been for people that have just needed prayer and loving and kindness and understanding, you lied and told everybody that I canceled tonight because of my grandmother? You lying piece of shit. I'll say it again. Anybody that feels like they that holy that they can't understand what I'm saying, I don't care about you right now. You're a liar. I spent all day today in my hotel room looking for a flight to go see my grandmother tomorrow after I left here to do the concert that I had already committed to do for your broke behind, and you couldn't afford to pay me. You would tell the people at the venue that I canceled tonight because I was too upset about my grandmother. If I was too upset about my grandmother, I would have never got on the plane. The woman that I am today is because of my grandmother, and it's the reason why I got on the plane and came to do this concert today. I would have seen her tomorrow.
Child, the reason why you came on that plane and got on that plane and came to do that concert is because you don't have any money like everyone else. Now, I understand where Kelly is coming from. I really do, because you guys got to understand, artists have really been in a lockdown and they have really been not working and have really suffered financially, especially artists like Kelly Price, Life Jennings, people that are a little seasoned and like their music is timeless, but people aren't really checking for them, you know? They're not really getting booked like that. So when they do get booked and they do get asked to do things, that's a big deal for them because that's their money. You know what I'm saying? That's their money. But girl, when it don't work out, it just don't work out. You don't get up here on social media and start ranting and raving, and now you don't give a damn what people think, using the shit and F and all this. You really don't give a damn. Child. Really, Sweet Pea, what, Miss Mary? What you mean? Yeah, like, you know, you ready to cuss people out and go crazy because you didn't get your money. Girl, just pack up and go. You should have gotten all your money up front, because I'm pretty sure this man showed you who he was. He probably showed you signs that he was a janky promoter. But because you needed that money so bad, you got on that plane and you left and you went there to go do this performance. You probably ignored the way you usually do business and you didn't get all the money. You should have gotten all of the money up front. Any business that I do in the industry, I always make arrangements up front. Any celebrities, anyone that I've worked with on this channel, everything has been done up front. Any business that we have to do, it is done prior to the interviews, prior to anything. It's always done up front. If it's not done up front, it is stipulated in the contract why you can be about your business, but not Miss Kelly fucking Price. What? What, girl? What are you talking about? She can be about her business. What are you talking about? I don't. Miss Mary done just went off on me. What you going off on me, girl? What's wrong, boo? Then she said, I want to see the receipts. What's wrong, Mary? No, she could be about her business. You didn't even let me finish, Miss Mary. Oh, Miss Mary just went off on me. Did you now, Miss Mary? Stop it, girl. Now you heard me say did you allow me to finish my sentence, Miss Mary? I said I understand where Kelly is coming from. Now, y'all know I just said that, Miss Mary. Now stop it, girl. I said that Kelly Price, I understand where she is coming from, because artists like her and Life Jennings, they are not being checked for. Nobody is really, calling on them to do concerts. Yes. And she's exactly. Yeah, she got fans. And what I'm saying is she should have gotten her money up front. Everyone that is in this business, you have to sign contracts and it's paperwork involved. You don't just call somebody on the phone or call their agent or call their booking manager and, okay, I want to book Kelly Price. How much does it cost? It don't work like that. It's paperwork, it's contracts. When I'm dealing with people on my channel, interviews and all of that, It's paperwork. So why you know that and she don't? Why I know what and she don't? I don't know what you say, Miss Mary. And the thing is, you know what I'm saying? Like everything that we do, we have to do up front. If a person wants to come on my channel and they agree to come on my channel, all of the stipulations, it is all discussed and outlined in a contract. I don't give a damn whether or not it's someone that isn't even famous anymore or is just a social media influencer. Y'all seen where the money reside? When I did his interview, I had paperwork with that. There was paperwork with that. There were contracts. Yes, there is business to handle first. Yes, I don't understand what was going on with Miss Kelly Price. I don't know why she did not handle her business up front. She should have handled her business up front. She deserves every penny. An artist deserves every penny. But when you get taken for a ride, that's on you. Because if you have been in the game for 30 years, like she said, she should have known better than to fly out there, go to some hotel, and sit around and wait to be paid. That is not how a seasoned artist that's been in the game for 30 years should be behaving. She should have handled her business up front, period. When I am dealing with celebrities, interviews, anything, my business is handled up front. And if it's not handled up front, it is stipulated in the contract when it's going to be handled. And in most of the time, it is immediately after the interview. You think people do things for free? You think people do interviews and they do concerts and they do stuff for free? Absolutely not. A performer deserves to be paid. But if you are a performer and if you are an artist, then you need to know how to handle your business. So that is what I'm trying to figure out what's going on with Miss Kelly Price. Why are you up here ranting and raving to social media? What are we supposed to do about it? That's not going to make the man pay you. What she called herself doing is trying to, shit on his name, shit on his brand, and make him out to be that he does bad business so that now no one will use his promoting company. She's trying to advertise and say that he does bad business, but that's her fault. She should have took care of her business first.
And she would have been proud that I held up to my agreement and that I was a woman of integrity and that I came and I did what I said I was going to do. First and foremost. I don't know who your grandma is. I know who mine is. But whoever raised you should be ashamed today because they raised a liar and they raised a cheater and they raised somebody that don't pay their bills and they raised somebody that would blame a woman for them being less than a man and not being able to handle his business. I said it. I meant it. And you are going to see it because enough people will see it and they'll let you know that they saw it. You suck.
And see, don't not the woman card, okay? A man would do this to a woman. A man will do this to anyone. This promoter will do this to anyone. Stop using the woman card all the time. I hate when females do that. A man, you're going to do this to a woman. If the man is janky and he is, not to be trusted, he will do this to anyone. He'll do it to a man or a woman. He did it to Life Jennings, and Life Jennings is a man. So Kelly, it doesn't matter that you are a woman. He did this because you are an artist. Does not matter whether you're a woman or a man. A person that is janky is janky. You can't pull the woman card, child. He did it to Life. Exactly, Coco Barbie. Exactly. But see, this is what the women do that are so-called Christians. And, oh, my grandma raised this type of person. My grandma raised somebody that isn't going to take any crap, and I'm not going to let no one get over on me. You can have that type of disposition. But when you are proclaiming Christ and you are proclaiming that you represent the church, and you stand for Christ, there is a certain image that comes with that. You can't get ready to step into the demonic, personality whenever you want to. You can't step in and out of Christianity whenever you get ready. You want to have a halo over your head one minute, and then you want to have a pitchfork in your hand the next minute when you're ready to cuss somebody out. These Christians crack me up with this. They have to learn how to be angry and not sin, like the Bible says. You can be angry, but you don't got to cuss people out. Now you're ready to say to hell with being a Christian. So you're ready to go to hell over $1,500. I bet you this man only owed this woman about $1,500 more. And I'm not saying that that's not a lot of money. It is a lot of money. $5 is a lot, even if it's your money, okay, if it's owed to you. But how much money did he already give you? I need to hear that side of the story. When you are wanting to expose someone, I need to hear the whole story. You don't get to just come on social media and rant and rave about your side of the story. I need to hear the whole side. I need to hear the whole side of the story. How much did the man pay you up front? How much did that hotel room cost? You said you're staying in a 5-star room hotel. It is a 5-star hotel. How much did that cost? Because you said that you don't stay in raggedy hotels. And you said that the promoter and the companies, that when they book you, it is on them to pay for your room, your travel, and all of this. So how much did that cost? Are you going to tell the people about that? See, you cannot pick and choose what part of the story you want to tell and what part of the story you want to leave off. Christians are good for that too.
And I hope that from now on, that anything that you try to put on, it sinks and it fails, because nobody deserves to be treated the way you treated me and Life Jennings this evening. Horrible, disgusting, despicable. I'm a woman of my word, and I have been one for 30 years. You, my sir, are a liar.
So now you hope that the man's business fails. You hope everything that he do fails. So you really are wishing, harm on him. You're wishing, basically you're wishing, evil on him, because you don't want anything to work out for him now because he didn't pay you. But you're not letting everyone know how much it cost to be at the hotel, how much was the plane ticket, how much did he pay up front, how much does he owe you? I will really be interested to know how much is the tab, because all of these videos that she has made in response to what took place in Galveston, we don't even know how much is riding on it. How much is the value? What is the value of all this? You know what I'm saying? Like, you're wishing negativity. You're wishing that nothing that this man does prospers. You're going a little too far. A little too far.
And you don't deserve the platform of a promoter. Promoters get enough of a bad name because a lot of them are liars, and a lot of them are cheaters, and a lot of them don't pay their bills. But for the ones that do, you give them a bad name. And everything that you have coming, you're going to get. I promise you. God ain't even got to do it for me. All he got to do is stand up on behalf of my grandmother, because you let her name come out your mouth, and you don't even know who that woman is. You messed up. The way you messed up. The way you messed up.
Now I'm
Hello, Houston. Hello.
Now I'm going to tell you guys something. Did you hear how she said, all God got to do is stand up on behalf of my grandmother. You got my grandmother's name in your mouth. What could this man have possibly said about her grandmother? It looks like to me all the man might have said was that Kelly Price didn't show up to the concert, or she didn't do the concert, or the concert didn't go on because Kelly Price's grandmother was sick and she didn't want to do the concert or whatever. Like, honey, stop. This man did not put your grandmother's name in his mouth and call her out, you know, her name, or drag her or do anything close to what you are doing. You done wish all types of negativity on this man. And I keep telling Christians that's borderline witchcraft. When you curse people and you wish bad on them, that's witchcraft. People that are involved in Christianity, they walk a thin line with what applies to them and what applies to so-called worldly people. When you wish negativity and bad on someone and you constantly speak negative and you saying you got this coming to you and you got that coming to you, you are speaking negative thoughts over that man's life. You're actually speaking death over his life. That is witchcraft. You're going too far. When you start speaking on someone's life like that, words have power. And putting out in the atmosphere that you hope this happens to him and you just don't know how far what you did. Y'all might think that these people are Christians just because they say they are Christians. You do not know what some of these people in the industry, you don't know what they go home and pray to. You don't know what they're in their private room, what they're dealing with, what religion they take part in, what gods they pray to, what type of rituals they are involved in. Just because this woman says she's a Christian, you do not know that. Anytime she is ready to step out of her so-called Christianity to cuss out a janky promoter for a few pennies, that's not very Christian-like to me. She deserves her money. She deserves every penny. I do not take anything like that away from Kelly Price. But to me, she went a little bit too far and she went overboard when she got on Instagram post after post after post ranting and raving against this man. I think it was just ugly on her part as a Christian, you know? So I want you guys to comment in the comments and let me know, what do you think about Christians that step outside of their Christianity and then hop right back in after they done cussed everybody out and rant and rave? What do you think about that? We're going to take a really brief break, hear a word from our sponsor of this show, and then we will be back. Royal Creations Customized by Lynn is your one-stop shop for all your customized needs. She specializes in t-shirts, hoodies, gift baskets, tumblers, anything that you want customized. Royal Creations Customized by Lynn can get the job done. Be sure to follow her on Instagram and Facebook at RCC by Lynn. If you want to send her an email, you can contact her at rccbylynn@gmail.com. She even has a YouTube channel, All Things Creative, all over there on YouTube, All Things Creative. Share her videos, subscribe to her channel. Royal Creations by Lynn is your queen of customizing. So yeah, you guys, that was Royal Creations Customized by Lynn. You can go to All Things Customized on Instagram. She has all types of things, t-shirts, hoodies, tumblers, wine glasses. As you can see, everything is customized. She has even the passport, the traveler package, where she can customize your passport case, your baggage tags. The girl she got it going on. So head on over to her Instagram, All Things Customized too. And yeah, DM her for your order. So yeah, you know, wrapping things up, I'm just a little disappointed in Kelly Price, okay? I'm disappointed because she represents, you know, the typical Christian woman, that Black woman that will cuss you out and be ready to step outside of her Christianity if you try to short her money, or if you, do so-called bad business with her, or if you do something that she considers to be not good practices. She represents, that typical Christian attitude that I can cuss you out because I'm a modern day Christian and God is still working on me. I'm not perfect. God is still working on me, and I can cuss you out if I want to because God is still working on me and I'm a modern day Christian. There's no such thing. There is no such thing. The Bible says, be angry and do not sin. That basically means you can get mad, you can get upset, but you don't have to go all out. You don't have to step outside of who you are as a Christian and just say, F it, F my morals, F my integrity. I can just cuss you out because right now I'm in the flesh. And I have every right to be because you did me wrong. That's when you should be a Christian even more and represent those Christian ideas even more. When a person does you wrong and a person has wronged you or they cheated you, that's when you stand and show Christ in you at that point, because that's how you win souls to Christ. By showing them that, you know what, I'm going to remain humble. I'm going to remain who I am in this moment, even though you have shorted me my money, even though you owe me and you have done me wrong, I am still going to keep my feet planted solidly on solid ground, and I'm not going to waver because I represent Christ at all times. Not just when things are going well, not just when people are putting money in my pocket, but when people cheat me and when people try to get over on me. That's when I represent Christ. All of this bringing your grandmama and my grandma, and this is you did this and you messed up and all this. Girl, stop. It was 20 minutes too much. It was just too much. No one is saying that the man should not owe you and he should not pay you. You deserve every penny. But what we are saying is, when you feel like you're supposed to step out of who you are as a Christian just because somebody wronged you, no, it doesn't go like that. You are supposed to remain that Christian person with that Christian persona at all times. That's how you win souls to Christ. All that worldly shit that you're displaying and showing people on Instagram, all you're giving is see, that's how typical Christians, that's how they do when they get mad. Look at them, ready to cuss somebody out. Look at them, ready to fight. Look at them. You ain't giving Christian right now. So all you're doing is making yourself look, you're really just making yourself not be seen in a good light. No one is saying that you don't deserve your money. First of all, you are way too talented to not get paid. We all know you can sing the roof off of anything. We all know that. But if you have been in the business for 30 years, you should know a janky promoter when you see one. But because you were so excited to go perform, because you did not have, you haven't been in the public eye in a while, and you haven't done any concerts, you were excited to get back out there. I get it. But you were supposed to take care of your business first. And Miss Mary, I hope you are still in the comments, girl, because I see you got mad and you left. You got upset, but don't be upset with me, Miss Mary, because I love you. You are one of my supporters, and I love you, girl. So don't get mad at me. I was not saying that Kelly Price did not deserve her money. I was just saying, by her being seasoned, she should have known how to do business. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? So all of these Christians that feel like it's okay for you to cuss and you're allowed to cuss people out because someone has done you wrong, you need to go get back in your word, and you need to pray a little bit harder and ask God to take that nasty, that spirit up off you, because you should still be able to remain humble and remain forthright when someone has done you wrong. Doesn't give you an excuse to get the cussing and fussing. Doesn't give you an excuse. All right. So y'all drop in the comments. Let me know what you think about these 3 topics. What do you think about Diddy trolling JLo? You know what I mean? We all know that JLo was not the love of Diddy's life. We all know that Kim Porter was. But I just think that JLo was that girl that Diddy, you know, wanted but really couldn't really have. He thought he had her, but she just left him, you know, as the little white women do when black men get in trouble. They leave, you know, and Diddy just felt abandoned, like, damn, she just left me. You know, he always wanted to try to get her back. So now he's trolling her and Ben, and he needs to just leave them alone. And Sabrina Peterson, what do you think about her? Is she really a victim of T.I and Tiny? Or were they just partying and drugs were involved? What do you feel about that? I'm interested to know, as always. So drop in the comment section and let me know what you think about it. Until next time, guys, we'll see you on the next video. Thank you for tuning in. Bye.